So I just finished watching Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, the one that's based off of Fantastic Four First Steps, sort of in a way. Because you do have Silver Surfer in credit scene. Well, we have this movie right here. We have this movie right here based off of the First Steps. And you see the end credit scene a little bit there? I mean, the before credit scene. They did that for the first Fantastic Four movie. So that's telling you the Silver Surfer is alive. Well, this one's kind of based off First Steps with the Silver Surfer right here. And this one did have Galactus in it, but they called him the World Destroyer. But basically, this one is just a sequel to the first movie, but also showing you an all new character named um Silver Surfer, Norman Reedus, and it just takes our characters, uh Sue Storm, Reed Richards, Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Reed and Sue are getting married. They are going to get married, and they've been trying to get married, and it shows Johnny and the Thing just tagging along, but also Johnny gets in with chases down, so gets in the way of the Silver Surfer by chasing them down after their wedding. And Johnny gets to have experiences of touching his team members and getting their powers. So we saw him looking like the Thing at one point in the movie. The Thing got his powers. Visible Woman also got Human Torch powers. Same thing with Mr. Fantastic. I know it's a little bit different, but the cosmic powers of the Silver Surfer made him change his powers and his cells. And then you get the return of Doom, of Doctor Doom, which also Doctor Doom has something sinister to steal the Silver Surfer's um, um, surfboard, and then also cause havoc for the rest of the team. And then we get to see their fancy dancy car, which you do see in First Steps. They also mentioned that they want to bring a baby in this world from Sue Storm. So mentioning Franklin. So there's, like I said, Lucy based off First Steps, right? But like, and then when Johnny heard this, they're thinking about breaking up the team, and at the end they're not, because of course they're going to make a sequel. They were going to make a sequel of this, but they didn't. Um, but it was good to see the cast returning for this. It was also good to see a sequel from this, because basically it's just about their wedding and basically the team trying to work together to take down this threat of Silver Surfer. But then they realized the bigger threat was the bigger threat was Galactus, which we don't actually get to see. He's just a little cloud. So Fox and have, I guess, didn't have the technology for that, whatever. But this is the biggest action film, the the best action film of the summer, which was probably true. But Galactus in this wasn't really Galactus as we see in First Steps. It's just a cloud, and then we see the Silver Surfer rising up to take over, because if he doesn't, his planet's going to be destroyed, and he won't see the people he loves. Then you get the military involved in this, of course, obviously, because the military has to be involved in everything that Marvel characters do in these early Fox films. Um, I'm glad they're with the MCU, even though MCU they also still had a military force called Shield, but you get my point. This movie was good. I enjoyed this one more than the first movie, but the first movie is always going to bring me back to the nostalgia factor of 2005. This one's always going to bring me back to the nostalgia factor of this, I guess, around the same year, 2000. 2005, 2006, 2000, whenever it was made. I don't know exactly when it was made, but it was made directly after the first one. So, like, it has to be around there somewhere, right? Um, this movie was just something I watched over and over again with the first one. How often did I watch the first one? Not that much. I probably watched The Rise of Silver Surfer a lot more because I do love the character Silver Surfer. Now, I have one friend that loves the Silver Surfer, but he doesn't like the fact that she's going to be that he was going to be a female in the new one. Well, that doesn't mean they can't do the male version later on. But here's the thing: why not have a different person? Because they already did a male in this version, so why not have it a female in the new version? First steps might be great. We actually get to see Galactus. They actually have a popcorn tin that's $80 for Galactus. We actually get to see Galactus. In this movie, we don't see Galactus. So there's no possible way that we get to even understand what Galactus is in the Fantastic 4 Rise Silver Surfer. We just know what Silver Surfer is because it's easier for a guy to be all silver and then instead of a big giant guy in a metal suit. But now we can actually do that. So I'm excited that we watched this one. Now I think the next one I need to watch is Fantastic, but I probably won't watch that till next week because I do need to catch up on some movies. Um, so like I'm not trying to do one after the other. I could have done my double feature. Like this is part of the double feature that I'm doing with Novocaine over there. I could have done a double feature with Fantastic, but Fantastic I can wait till next week because Fantastic is basically Fantastic Four, or aka Fantastic, is a reboot of the original Fantastic Four with Michael B. Jordan and some other actors in it. So I can wait till probably next week to watch that because I'm going to see First Steps, and I definitely am going to see First Steps. First Steps is going to be amazing, amazing. So let's get this movie. If you like this movie, watch this review. There's probably so many people you can watch a review on the first Fantastic Four and this one, but watch the review if you love this because I talk about different other subjects in this and basically break down the whole thing, how this is kind of similar to what you're going to see in First Steps, but not really. I mean, you're not going to see these people, but you're going to see you're going to see um so you're going to see a different version of Johnny Storm trying to flirt with the female version of this character. So why not? So again, if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell, and I wore the proper clothes for it. I mean, it's Space Cowboys, but I wore the proper like color blue. So yeah, put a like, comment, subscribe with notification bell, and deuces.